This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end, no safety or surprise. The end, I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand in a desperate land. Lost in a romance, wilderness of pain, and all the children are insane. All the children are insane. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah. 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 Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was having a conversation while while we were playing the Doors. It just seemed very appropriate for today. I got nothing on this, man. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We're telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic league champion. I'm going to be league champion today. I need some happiness. I am your host, league champion, who has won lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the Madam Bell. I believe that she's lurking, and she gets her sound effect.
How's your head?
Man, I just hit the
I
button.
haven't had any complaints yet.
Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo's no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You gotta laugh, man. That's it. I got nothing. You kind of gotta have a giggle. There you go. That's what we wake up to, man. Your fabulous store of wealth doing crypto things because it is in fact a crypto. I don't care how you polish this turd, man. You could go with brand awareness and everybody knows it. But you know what? Products don't do that. All right, cryptos do this, and the unfortunate part is that we have to we get to eat it all. Everybody that's out here in the alt world, we get to eat all of this because while Bitcoin is only down 2.8 percent today, effectively everything else out here is everything else out here is just slaughtered. And it's there's some shots across the bow that are going on right now, man. I was actually sticking around Thorchain, and I'm curious. I'm curious if Thorchain's going to be the next Kajira. You can only overlever so much, man, and eventually, it's just isn't going to go. It's not going to work out. Now I know I don't think I have any real Thorchain maxis on here, but it's just kind of funny that. Everything when everything's flying, everything works. You can do anything. You can play around. You can manipulate. You can overlever. It really doesn't matter because everything's going up. But when the toxic assets really start to become toxic and you just continue to pair against really, really bad tokens, man, it doesn't take much. It does not take much to shake it out. So I'm kind of wondering how this is going to play out. I read a real nice write up because I'm not in Thorchain, man. I get it's the future of DeFi. I get all that, but it's always the future of DeFi until it isn't. And all it takes is a chart looking like that, and you start to get desperate. And when you start to get desperate on points like this and try to, well, we're just going to do this, we're going to move this, we're going to mint this, and yeah, and next thing you know, the whole thing explodes. And the fun part is that when it explodes, there is absolutely no getting out of it. Anybody that's stuck is stuck. Again, Kajira was a very, very good example of that. Is like the minor league or the the A club of Thorchain. So. Yeah, it's I'm kind of keeping an eye on that one, man. That thing has not been performing. I say this as everything out here is getting nuked right now, so it's not one of these in particular, but considering that what's going on with this one, or at least have a familiarity with Thorchain and what they're doing and their borrowing, lending, leverage, all LPs, all the other good stuff, and the just constant sell pressure on this token, it doesn't take much, man. And when the token itself is one of the underlying assets that is basically shoring up the entire platform, and the all the toxic assets are bleeding off on this, you still have to pay me every single day. That's your validators, that's everybody else on this, and nobody's going to hold on to a dying falling star like this. They're just not going to. They have overhead as well, so they're going to be liquidating the hell out of this thing, just trying to wait to see if they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And they were talking today. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole hell of a lot of the show on this. I'm just kind of pointing it out. This could be bad. I mean, that could be really, really rough. And due to the nature of Thorchain and the way that they have so many things over here and they're so intermingled, yeah, it could be icky. But it does remind me of Kajira, which never ever happened, by the way. There is no such thing as Kajira. It never existed out here because of the crypto goldfish memory thing. And the fact that that happened less than, what, 6 months ago? 6 months ago, Kajira completely imploded because of the same reason. You were using your own token to try to lever up and hold up the DEX, and all of the assets and all of the toxic assets that you had tied to it were all just in this free fall mode. And eventually, you have to have actual money to make this work, to be able to hold this stuff up. And if you don't have a whole hell of a lot of capital reserves, and you're holding your own token back and saying that it's capital reserves is not capital reserves. Capital reserves is something like USDC or USDT or just some cash in the bank. That's capital reserves. Just holding back a whole shitload of your own tokens that are just constantly going down and trying to use that to lever up what's going on your own DEX, man. Look, it's a recipe for disaster. And just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it won't happen. So I'm just kind of putting I'm just public service FUD. Sure, I'm putting out FUD. I don't care. I put out the FUD about Kajira forever, and nothing. Oh, you're full of shit. You don't know. And then the whole fucking thing just got nuked. And yeah, then you were singing a different turn too. But it's kind of funny to me. I just want to make that I just want to make that comparison that the bailout of all of this was Thorchain. They were the ones that are going to bail out Kajira, and it made sense to me because they're kind of doing the same thing. One is doing it on a much larger scale, but they are in fact doing pretty much the same thing. So of course this would be an attractive asset and an attractive opportunity to something like Thorchain, because they're doing the same shit. They're just doing it on a much larger scale. Now, I don't know. I'll stop talking about this right now because I'm going to get enough heat already. But pointing something out that could be a problem is what we do here in crypto. So anyway, yeah, there's just too much going on right now. So the big rumor floating around right now is that the Treasury Department is authorized, or Congress authorized, or somebody authorized the Treasury Department to part with $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin that they had seized through Silk Road. Now, because the very nature of Bitcoin is purely speculative, it doesn't do anything. I'd rather hold XRP. I'd rather have XRP than Bitcoin. At least XRP does something. I mean, Jesus, even Bank of America and Wells Fargo both came out and said, yeah, we use XRP for international money transfers. So it at least does something. Bitcoin does nothing. And with that, and people are starting to really, I think, key in on this a little bit. Not the maxis, man. They're lost. All right. They're in cult status right now, man. They might as well be Scientologists. No offense to Scientologists. It's just not really my thing, man. I don't care for it. Look what you did to poor Tom Cruise. Right? I don't want to associate with it. Anyway, enough people are starting to key into this and realizing, holy shit, man, this is a house of cards, man. It is the only thing that holds it up is faith, and that is correct. That is absolutely 100% correct. The only thing that holds up Bitcoin is faith, because it doesn't take much to shake this. I mean, it doesn't. Now, I don't know. And I haven't checked because, honestly, deep down, I really don't care. But I don't know if those tokens have been sold yet or if they are in preparation to be sold. I don't know how they'll be sold. If I cannot imagine a world in which they're going to just spot sell these. I have to think that there's going to be some kind of OTC deal worked out so that it doesn't nuke the market. But it doesn't matter in Bitcoin. All you need is a whisper that you're about to get dumped on and everybody jumps ship. I can, here it is. Here you go. I can prove that right there. This isn't happening because the California Palisades burned down. That it isn't happening because of that. I'm not even, if I didn't have the news or tuning in, I wouldn't even be aware it's happening. I live in Iowa. So what's happening out there is kind of your problem. I feel bad. It sucks, but you voted this. This is you brought this. You said yes. This is what we want, and you got it. And then it goes all salty bad. But don't worry about it. The feds are going to come in and they're just what? Maybe they'll send you $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be funny? That'd be great. We're just going to transfer it over to the Republic of California and allow them to do whatever they want. And if that should happen in some weird, sick fever, twisted fever dream, you would see a red candle. That would be just glorious. But for the most part, the daily volume on Bitcoin right now, just today, or over the last 24 hours, was $1.1 billion. So 6.5, yes, that's a hell of a lot. It would be crushing in a single spot sell. I mean, it would just get nuked. I can't even imagine how little you would get for that. It's worth currently 6.5. Well, it was worth $6.5 billion. It's worth a lot less, but I couldn't even imagine what you would recover from that. I don't even think you'd get $3.2 billion. You would nuke that price so bad that you would set up another tulip frenzy out here. So yeah, it would be incredibly rough. But all we need to hear out here in the crypto world is the least little, smallest little bit that you're about to be dumped on, and everybody's out. They're going to run like rabbits constantly. This is crypto because this doesn't really do anything. Now, for me personally, I don't have a lot of interest in cryptos. I don't invest heavily in cryptos. I speculate. I do what everybody else does. I have some fun with it. I'll meme a little bit. I will scalp. I'll leverage. I'll do all of that stuff. But none of my longs are cryptos. All of my longs are products. And it just seems weird that we have to keep explaining this. All right, a crypto is the product of whatever it happens to be. So Bitcoin by itself is a crypto. It is the product. It doesn't do anything. There's no particular use for it. It's a financial tool, if anything. But it doesn't do anything by itself. Now, when you take a look at Jackal Storage, vault.jackalprotocol.com. That is the product. It is the product of the Jackal chain. The token is necessary to make the chain function, to keep it in a decentralized manner, provide the autonomous organizations and all that. But the Jackal token is not the product. The Jackal token is the fuel for the product. So when you think Jackal and you present it out here in the crypto world, everyone just goes immediately to the token and takes a look at it. They don't even go to vault.jackalprotocol.com to check out what they're actually offering. And I was having a conversation yesterday. There are approximately 24,000 Jackal wallets, or 24 to 35. I don't remember. It was one of those numbers, 35,000 or 24,000. Either way, it's a whole bunch. And there's less than 1,000 Jackal users. 35,000 wallets, less than 1,000 users. That should tell you everything you need to know about the way people view our little world out here, our little DeFi world. They don't care about the products. They care about the tokens. And all that all that does is cause just an incredible amount of dilution, because it forces people to start ignoring the products. And then the price of the token is all that matters, not the success of it, simply the price. Token go up, Jackal good. Token go down, Jackal bad. But the product itself has never changed. It is still triple redundancy. It is still geolocated. It is still tamper-proof, censor-proof, completely wrapped up and completely isolated from everything in the world. Mankind has never had this kind of cloud privacy before, ever. They have never, ever had it. But it doesn't matter. You know why? Because token ain't going up. If token ain't going, because that's it. They just associate the token with the product. I hate using those kind of metaphors or comparisons, but I'm going to. Microsoft stock is not Microsoft. It is it's a method for investors to come in and kind of speculate on the health and products of the company, but it's not the actual company. All right, Windows is the product. Excel. I know I was looking at something yesterday and they were all bashing Microsoft has never put out a good product. I'm like, man, you guys are so fucking sick and jaded because the world runs on Excel. It to this day, the world runs on Excel, but it is the products of Microsoft that is Microsoft, not the stock and not the stock price. It is a good gauge of the overall health of the product itself, of the company itself, but it is not the company. Microsoft didn't go stock first and then start, building stuff. It didn't work that way. So the fact that we continue to ignore the products and just simply focus on the token, on the price, man, we are doing ourselves a disservice. I'm long on 4 or 5 different tokens right now. 5. I'm long on 5 of them. And there's a similarity between all of them, and that the token is necessary for the product to function. A cash, the token is necessary for the product to function. Flix, the token is necessary for the product to function. Jackal, necessary for the token, for the product to function. These are the things that are differentiate. Now, the fact that they are so heavily affected and influenced by Bitcoin has nothing to do with the products, has nothing to do with Flix, still works a treat. That has nothing to do with Jackal, works a champ, and nothing to do with the cash, still up there and it's rolling. It's because we see ways to try to squeeze dimes out of nickels, and we lever the hell out of it. DeFi is the way it is because we wanted to make it this way. We wanted the illusion of wealth. We wanted all of these things. We wanted to build a massive, massive, massive pyramid, but actually not have anything for anybody to use. That's what we did. That's what we wanted, and we built it. So as much as it burns my ass, and it does, that everything that is going on out here, and we're talking about next level tech, I mean stuff the world has never ever seen before, that is, while this is happening, we're still susceptible to whatever the hell that is happening here. And this, it's got no words, man. I just wish people would wrap their heads around that. Now, I've been pushing these things out in marketing, but I have not been trying at even the least little bit to try to market them to Web3, because Web3 people don't care, man. They look at, you know what they care about? Let me show you what they care about. They don't care about the fact that this might be teetering on the edge of destruction. What they care about is right here, that Pippin, the Pippin token, because Scottie Pippen came out and made a tweet yesterday that the Pippin token is up 162.9%. That's what they care about. That large language model is up a 109. Alpha Quark 81. Mossland. All of these tokens over here that are in the green, while effectively every single product that's out here on this side is getting just nuked flat. This is what people care about. So as far as effective marketing, you can't market to Web3 people, man. You can't. You got to market your products. You got to get your products out there. That's the only thing. You have got to start pulling in Web2 revenue. That's it. I simply don't see another way out of this. You have got to start harvesting Web 2, period. Not investors, but consumers. Build a product, make it good, solve a problem, make it price efficient, or at least competitive, and solve a problem. And if you do all those things, it really doesn't matter. You don't even have to say the word blockchain. We're going to be doing a big show on Flix. And by the way, Flix guys are going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to get Sisla on. We are streaming exclusively to Flix tomorrow. I'm not pushing this thing out anywhere else. I don't care about people investing in Flix. I care about people seeing how cool the Flix product is. So we are streaming exclusively to OmniFlix. I don't know if they're going to cap the viewers. They might. They might throttle it because it costs money. All right. Everything out here costs money. And yeah, so I don't know if they're going to cap them, but be in before 0900 over on OmniFlix TV. You will see the thumbnail. I'm sure they're going to get it put up there today, so you're going to know where to look. But we're going to be back with them tomorrow, and we're talking exactly about these things. What is OmniFlix doing? How are you doing it? How are we going to start rolling out into the Web 2 version of India? They have some new announcements that they're going to put out exclusively here on the podcast. I love having media partners, man. I absolutely adore having media partners, because we don't have to go find some place to put this out. They are the place to put this out. I mean, just comes out of a slot. Anyway, guys, give me. Let me see. I have some fun songs today. I think I need it. We started with the Doors, which again I consider very very apt. But let's move on. Let's play some. Let's play some fun songs here. I haven't done this one in a long long time. Very short song, guys. 2 minutes 30 seconds. We'll be back right here on the podcasts on the KPOD network. Stand by and enjoy.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seems like you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I ride my bike, I roller skate, don't drive no car. Don't go too fast, but I go pretty far. For somebody who don't drive, I've been all around the world. Some people say I done all right for a girl. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I asked your mother if you were at home. She said yes, but you weren't alone. Oh, sometimes I think that you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out, you see. La 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 la. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me just a second. I'm making some purchases. I don't go in for the whole blood on the streets. Everybody's panicking. You need to buy. I certainly don't do that. But there's a particular token out here that I already have quite a bit of. But it's so far under my intrinsic valuation on this, man. It's just silly not to scoop up some more of it during a dip that had nothing to do with the product itself. And that's another one of those kickers that we for such an intelligent space that's how we crypto people play it out. For such an intelligent space, man, it never fails to astonish me what a thin grasp people tend to have out here on DeFi itself, meaning impermanent loss, LPs, how everything works, transfers, all that stuff. So yeah, anytime we catch a big ass dip like this that again had nothing to do with the product. Even though we're back, guys, you see that green candle? We can play a round of applause. We're back, baby. They're wheeling out Carter now. So Jimmy Carter is today's going to be up there. It's a national holiday for the 9th. I wasn't aware of it because I'm retired. So holidays are completely irrelevant to any part of my life right now. They're just gone. It doesn't really matter. But for these, and I just got to be clear on this thing a little bit, man. Look, I know I tiptoe around all of this stuff and I try to keep myself removed from this, but I do a lot of farming. All right, I mostly over on Ethereum, mostly over on Arbitrum. I like Airdrome. Base is going to do incredibly well, but I do most of my farming over on Ethereum L2s, and I do most of that farming with Ethereum in V3s because it's simply the safest right now for me, man. I get the best APRs. There's, we're susceptible to this kind of stupid volatility, but I can weather that. There's a lot that I can do with that. And when my loss, oh my God, you lost 3% today. I'm like, I lost 3%. Shit, dude, I didn't lose 18. All right, that's my takeaway. That's crypto, man. That's a hard crypto vet right here. It's like, well, shit, I lost 18% on everything else. So 3%, man, that's my win. But I do most of my harvesting again over on all these other places, and I've made videos. I've showed you guys, man. I'm not just talking it, man. I literally show you. But when I'm doing all that is to pull the money back into here. I will pull it back over to the side of the world that I wanted on, mostly my cash, and I wait for dips. I just wait for these things and I pile them into my longs because my longs are nothing that's going to come to fruition right away. But when I have determined my own intrinsic value of a token, when it's under that intrinsic value, I need to buy. But I can't tap into my cash because this is not a nuke, man. All right, this is a couple days of bad Bitcoin run, but that's not a nuke. A nuke was Luna UST. A nuke was Three Arrows Capital. Nuke was Celsius. Nuke was FTX. Those are nukes. All right, these are just these are just variances and a little bit of reality piling back in. That's all this stuff is. But that's where I get my money, and I also get my money through leverage. That's longs and shorts. Now, I don't personally like to short because I'm betting against, it's like betting don't come in craps. I don't want to be that guy. I just don't want to be. And anybody who plays craps actively knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's $19,000 on that table. It's all over the place. And one little jerk off is just going to wander up to that table, throw a nickel on don't come, and celebrate. He's betting against everybody out there. So $18,000 got scooped off the table. This guy made $10 and he walks away like a hero. Yay, look at me, I'm smarter than you. Right there, buddy. It blows up everything. So I don't like to short, but I also like money. So that's kind of a problem. And the way I reconcile it up here in my head is, yes, Bitcoin going down is going to affect my longs. It's going to affect the whole the dollar value of my longs, but it does not affect the tokens themselves. I still have just as many. Tokens, whether Bitcoin is up or down. It really doesn't matter. It's just the dollar value representation of them. So I have to get money from somewhere else. So I go over and I farm in very, very high liquidity areas. I bring that money back. I have it sitting in cash so that when we catch a day like this and we catch a day that my longs are nuking, that I have cash to go ahead and kind of DCA and balance it out a little bit. Now, a couple of these I have entirely too much. I mean, I just have too much of the token, which means that I'm stuck. And I don't mind being stuck in a long, because I believe in the product, I believe in what they are, I believe in the team, I believe in what they're doing, and I believe that they're good stewards of capital. But I don't like to get stuck in anything. And when you are overbought in something, there's really nothing you can do. That's it. You're there. So I have to spread it around amongst. I spread it around amongst all of my other longs, such as everything. Now, my good news today. Well, not good news for everybody, but my good news today is that Cash took a great big ol' eat on all of this, and it was just up there a couple days ago. And I told you flat out that I sold, and I did, because my liquid, not my stake to Cash, because I'm long on a Cash, but my liquid version of it. I have no problem playing around in something with that kind of a market cap. All right, with the 757, it was 980 just a couple days ago, by the way. But playing around with something with the $757 million market cap, my $8 or $9 or $10,000 sells are not going to move that needle. They're not. It's barely even going to wiggle it. So I also look for opportunities even around my own longs. Now, there's one that I never touch, two that I never ever touch. All right, I'm long all the way, stack it, don't care. But what I cleared out of there and was able to buy back here is I just have more of it. Now, that kind of goes against something that should be a very, very general principle out here in crypto, is that if you've realized profit in a token and if you sold your position, you should not be shoveling that profit back into the same token. You just shouldn't. There's a reason. There's a reason that you got out of it. Now, in this case over here on a cash, the reason that I got out of it is because I felt it was overbought. Not that it's bad. Not that I don't like the protocol, not that I don't believe in what they're doing, simply that it was overbought. And when it's overbought, I'm not going to be the last guy in the room, man. I'm not going to be the guy grabbing the flag, turning out the lights, and locking the door behind me. I'm not going to be that guy. So there are so many factors that go into this. Nothing fundamentally changed about a cash. Absolutely nothing. They are still cranking out. They still have revenue. They still have tons and tons and tons of GPUs. Nothing fundamentally changed about it. But when this becomes a factor, which it absolutely does, you have to protect yourself. Yeah, you have to protect yourself, and in case something like that, I absolutely did. So nothing really changed. My position, dollar value didn't change. Nothing really changed, except now I have more of it because I realized profits here and I bought back there. This is not even smart crypto, man. This is like crypto zero on some of these things, but. The kicker with trying to do this in the Cosmos on anything but maybe 2 or 3 different tokens is that the market caps are so low and the liquidity is so thin that trying to do something like this just absolutely nukes it. And knowing what you know about the perception of cryptocurrencies, that token go up, product good, token go down, product bad, knowing what you know about that, I can't add to that. I don't want to be a part of that and causing this FOMO exit liquidity when the product had absolutely, there was nothing changed about the product. When they come out and make a bad decision or just completely blow it up, or, oh my God, the chain is halted, that's a different discussion. But when everything's working exactly the way that it was designed and that it should have been working, and Bitcoin blows it up, man, nothing changed on that. Nothing. So I have no problem in this one putting my profits back into it and simply having more of it because I believe that it'll have a recovery. It's actually still above my price, but with it, because I liked it about $2.80 to $3. That's where I really, really like it. So it didn't quite get down to my number, but it got close enough. All right, I see $3. My everything kicks in, and now I'm back in. So it didn't quite hit my number, but there's so much going on out here, so much in the world. California burning down, a federal holiday, Jimmy Carter getting buried, people rattling sabers again, with Donald Trump spinning up the invasion of Greenland and the invasion of the Panama Canal. There's so much uncertainty going around. Coupled with the fact that we're going to be inaugurating a new president here in 11 days, that I really don't want to get into too much. I'll play around with the ones that I have deep familiarity with and that I can more or less not predict. Nobody can predict, but I kind of have a good feeling about this kind of thing. That's it. I'm just a lucky guy. I'm not smart. So yeah, we'll come over and we'll make some money on a cash and take it out. We'll harvest it back out, get back to my original position, take cash out the other side. So I have it sitting depending so that I can be at least somewhat positioned for whatever the hell this is going to do. Any other world at 92, man, I'd have longed it. All right, I would have went long and I would have went heavy leverage. I would have went as much leverage as they will give me so that I can catch a little short-term rise. But I didn't. I have zero faith in this right now, none. And that damn thing could fly back down to 85,000 right this very second, and I would not be even a little bit surprised. So when you have this kind of incredible volatility, babe, I'm out. All right, I'm just saying. And you want to see volatility? Here's volatility. This right here swung back into range. Oh, and now it's back in range. Right back into range the other way. I completely swung through my range on this in one day. 24 hours ago, it was nothing but USDC, about $9,000. This morning, it was out of range, and it was nothing but Ethereum. It just completely blew through the entire V3. I didn't even have time to adjust if I wanted to do it. It completely blew through it. but yeah, now we're getting a little bit of an uptick, and we're back, baby. All right, we're back, and we're harvesting money. But this is what I'm talking about with harvesting. 8 cents. It was 8. Oh, I gotta be public service PSA here, guys. Double check your gas, because for all I know, I could have just paid $38 to harvest $36. I didn't. I'm on this is on Arbitrum, so it was like 6 cents. I go quick. That would have been so embarrassing. Yeah, but now we're back. We're earning. We're ticking away. During the entire time that it was doing that, it was about $120 up and down. So it blew all the way through it, and then it blew back into it, and then it blew out of it again. Now it's back up. So about $120 over the last 24 hours. Not a fortune, guys. I understand it. But it's $120 that I could come straight over to here with and buy $120 worth of Jackal at 24 cents. And this is a token that I'm pegging at $2. So again, that is the best. Look, nobody got hurt here. Nobody gets hurt. We're nice. We're in. We're safe and we're simple. I made my cash buys back in. I jumped back in at $3. No faith in this. But even if the worst should happen, and it likely will, man, because this is crypto. But even if the worst should happen, I don't see a cash falling off that much more. I would love it at 280. I think that's a really, really good right price for it, is about 280. But even if the worst should happen, I wouldn't see it much lower than 260. So, or $2.60. So yeah, I can go ahead and take a fly. It's practically anything I do in today is a flyer. It's a flyer because I don't know what the hell's going to happen over here. I don't know. If that thing suddenly goes railing up, because there are $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, that is just a big anchor hanging over the entire market right now, because it's controlled by bureaucrats who really don't give a shit about any of this. So yeah, it's with that dangling over it, unless there is some big news that is released or somebody in the know leaks something, then that even that little number going up right there makes no sense. It makes 0 sense to me. So if I see a great big ass green candle coming out of here, I'm going to assume that somebody in power leaked something to their buddies over at BlackRock or Grayscale or any of the other ETF holders that are saying, yeah, now if I was you, Paul, I would maybe put some in. I mean, I know you got a promotion, you're looking to get a promotion in a corner office. This will probably get it to you. And if it works out real good, hey, maybe, kick a little bit my way, for my senatorial reelection campaign fund. Maybe send a little bit over to me. And you know what, for what it's worth, if you don't think that happens, babe, you got to leave your allegorical cave. Get the hell, because this isn't going to work out good for you. Okay. One last little bit I want to cover, and I got to get out. I got to get out to the shop, man. We got to move the last little bit of stuff. The studio build we're there, man. We are absolutely there. And I want to make sure that it's kind of taken up some of my time. Well, it's taken up a lot of my time, but we want to bring you a big production. That's really all it is. We want to bring you a big show. So with that, I got to get the work done. Anyway, one more. I don't know if Belle's listening today. I've got no messages from her, which means she's either not listening or you guys have asked no questions whatsoever. So it could go either way. But she loves this song. Going to go ahead and bring it to you for the show producer. Little Shinedown coming your way right here on the podcast on the KPOD network, guys, and we will be right back.
If I could find assurance to leave you behind, I know my better half would fade, and all my doubt is a staircase for you, up and out of this maze. The first step is the one you believe in, the second one might be profound. I'd follow you down through the eye of the storm, follow you down. You can have the money and the world, the angels and the pearls, even trademark the color blue. Just like the tower we never built, in the shadow of all the guilt, when the other hand was pointed at you. Yeah, the first step is the one you believe in, and the second one might be profound. Follow you down through the eye of the storm. Don't worry, I'll keep you warm. I follow you down while we're passing through space. I don't care if we fall from grace. I follow you down to where forever lies. Without a doubt, I'm on your side. There's nowhere else that I would rather be. I'm not about to compromise, give you up to say goodbye. I'll guide you through the deep. I'll keep you close to me. Follow you down through the eye of the storm. Don't worry, I'll keep you warm. I follow you down while we're passing through space. I don't care if we fall from grace. I'll follow you. If I could find assurance to leave you behind, I know my better half would fade. I'll follow you down.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. This episode is proudly brought to you by the Blank Park Zoo, Des Moines, Iowa. Established in 1966, we have the finest exhibit of pangolins that you're ever going to see. Why do those things walk? They walk like they're there to deliver bad news. They're all hunched over. They got the little feet. It's like they're coming to a Gold Star family with really bad news. That would be it, man. The March of the Pangolins. So yeah. Oh, and I didn't tell Mel this. I'll tell you guys though. I'm going to be going Jim Cramer. All right, when I actually get when the studio is out and it's built and I can walk around and I can do the energy and all that other good stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely be going Jim Cramer out there. I'll pop it up on the screen. You'll see the big Thor chain logo, and I'll just be up there hitting the button. My advice to you is sell, sell, sell. You got to get out. I'll be doing like the Stark Industry thing. Stark Industries. This is a weapons manufacturing company that doesn't manufacture weapons. Sell, sell, sell. I'm gonna have so much fun with this, man. You got to be entertaining, dude. I mean, I finally get what I've wanted. And I wanted to be able to move around. I'm a very energetic person, and I'm a hand talker and all of that stuff. And I'm restricted to doing talking head videos like this. So it always constantly looks like I'm fondling myself or something. But yeah, big screen, big everything. Multi-cams, man. It's going to be one hell of a fun setup. And I think at that point, I can go ahead and get a little bit more vicious. But, Belle, you know what's advantageous about that? See, if I do the morning shows like that, where it's just, oh, look at this knucklehead, then I get more haters. And more haters are more likely to show up to the evening streams when we are sitting down and being more introspective and, orally gratifying the microphones and all that. Then it changes the whole fit and feel of the evening evening shows, and I'm just I'm very, very excited to get out here and do this. So yeah, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of all that stuff, man. But and I hope I'm not overselling it. I've been spending more time talking to Ian. That's Coney Daddy. You guys might know him as Coney Daddy. But this man is actually a professional, an AV professional, 100% around, all the way around the board. So I get to show him my frames, my setups, my colors, all that other good stuff. And he's going to say, no, this is what you got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. And there you go, man. We'll bring a really, at least a well-produced show. I can't promise you anything on the content, but we can at least give you a well-produced show, and that's really what we're going for here. Anyway, there we go, man. Bitcoin's running. All right, we're all better now. Everything's cool. Green skies above us, and we're just going to go ahead and sail off into it. I personally don't trust it, not even the least little bit, until we can account for $6.5 billion. That could be. That could conceivably be spot sold. And I do got to ask about that. All right, who has that wallet? What's the one guy that actually has that wallet that is gonna? Oh, I got it. I trust me, bro. I understand. Look, man, I'm a GS7. All right, I'm just saying. So you could trust me completely. That could. One person that could just sit there and pay the gas and just watch this candle from hell, this red candle from hell show up there. But until I can get a little bit more clarification on this, or until January 20th rolls around, whichever one happens first, I don't trust anything. I'm not leaving anything at all. I will continue my subtle little farms like these. I'm more than happy to scoop up some money right there. I will continue with all of my positions over on Astrovault. And you want to see pain? That number. This is not my big wallet. This is my video wallet. But that thing was $330,000. 2 days ago? 260. So as far as putting me in the same league with some of the other talking heads out here, guys, I actually do it. All right, I do it. I don't just talk about it. I'm in it. So if I seem dour or upset, it's because I just lost $70,000, which is a year's salary for a lot of people, and I just did it. That's not lost on me, by the way. All right, look, man, I just lucky, man, but I came from nothing. I just happened to have some real good timing, and got really, really lucky. But yeah, that's also part of my thing. But I'm going to continue to farm the pools. They're still there. Perfect index token for me. Absolutely perfect index token for me. It's perfect index token for me because I believe in all of the partnerships that Astrovault has made. I stay out of the price chats. I'm only in one over on Telegram, man. These things are just they're just misery, just endless. I got enough negativity in my life, man. I can come over here and look at that and tell you what's happening effectively anywhere in the crypto world right now. I don't need price chats to do that. But they're just places of misery. I mean, everybody, and when it goes south, it's amazing, man, because it becomes a complete Lord of the Flies kind of thing. As soon as the markets nuke a little bit or go south, man, everyone just at each other's throat, man. You know what? At least the Fury Road, at least the War Boys all stuck together, more or less. It doesn't matter if things were going good or bad. They more or less stuck together. And we don't have that here. We don't we don't have that out here in crypto, man. We need someone to blame, baby. That's it. So when it goes bad, everybody's at each other's throats. And honestly, I don't need that in my life, man. I'd rather tell you about OmniFlix. I'd rather tell you about all the cool stuff that they have going up over there. I'd love to rather focus on the fact that they are products, and that's what I want to be invested in. And here is the product. I don't have to show you the token. I can just show you the product, like what we're doing tomorrow, because we're broadcasting directly to omniflix.tv. That is the product. The token is necessary to make it all function, but the token isn't the product. The product is omniflix.tv, is StreamPay, their NFTs. Those are the products. These are the tokens are just the tokens. So I'll just kind of keep doing what I'm doing and stay out of these price chats, man, because they're places of misery. But The one thing I'm looking more forward to on this more than anything else is to be able to just absolutely slam dunk on people, man. I can't wait. I am literally farming inflation over here. Astrovault is a very good dex. It is a very intelligent dex. They set it up the way that they set it up. There are very few toxic assets that are tied, aside from maybe Archway, that are tied into the AXV token. They have good assets that are tied into the AXV token that happen to be getting nuked from Bitcoin. Had nothing to do with the products, had nothing to do with any of the underlying fundamentals, just crypto being crypto, babe. So my joy is going to be slam dunking on this one, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get up there and say, "Yeah, I told you so." I'm so looking forward to that. Anyway, I think we're going to kind of wrap this one up. I do got to get outside. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up early, guys. I appreciate you joining me. I got to get out to the shop. So if anybody has any comments, questions, concerns, observations, Scott at thepodcast.com. I answer any and all. And until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money, guys. Cheers. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page